Ain't no shortcut. Every yard gotta earn it. Small town kids with a big city purpose. We bring the highlights, they bring the pressure. Friday night legends getting built by the quarter. Cameras rolling out, the whole state watching. Every touchdown got the whole crowd rocking. Northern Nevada put the city on the map. Cover775 where the real ones at.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another episode of Cover775 right here. We are the Dang Dash Sportscast bringing it to you. And tonight we got Coach Thomas Phillips from Hug High, varsity head coach, man. We're going to ask him a couple questions, man, and see how this shit works, man. What say you, Jeffrey?
Just ready for another episode, Cover775.
We got a high school heavy hitter in the room, man. I'm excited.
Ain't no shortcut. Every yard gotta earn it. Small town kids with a big city purpose. We bring the highlights, they bring the pressure. Friday night legends getting built by the quarter. Cameras rolling out, the whole state watching. Every touchdown got the whole crowd rocking. Northern Nevada put the city on the map. Cover775 where the real ones at.
Let's go.
We're back again. Cover775. This is the week 2 of this installment.
No, Jeffrey, they say we hot in the city right now.
Trying to be.
They said the Cover775 is hot in the city. I can't go nowhere without somebody talking about this show.
Trying to be. That's the whole goal. That's what we're trying to
Killing
do.
them.
Is put on for the 775 in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, it feels so
Being a
good.
native, I'm trying to get back to the city.
It feels so good.
It's cool. And I mean, each and every time too, I'm getting super excited in terms of like the season coming up.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting fired up, and I mean, give or take what the schools last year did, Spanish Springs and McQueen, it's really exciting in the city right now.
Watch the switch up. We got a little switch up too between the coaches series and the game day series.
Oh yeah, people just have to understand. It just is what it is at this time.
The levels.
Yeah. It's
Oh man,
gotta wait. Gotta be on it.
Who we got in the room tonight, man?
Tonight we have a long distance traveler, and I'm curious as to why and who and what and the where.
I got so many questions.
We got Coach Phillips from Hug High School today.
Come on, Coach Phillips. Get in the room, man.
Hello.
Come on in, man.
Hey, appreciate
What's
you
going
guys.
on, Coach? Absolutely. Shout out to Hug High School right now. Want to kind of put a light on their program and see what you guys got working over there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love what you guys are doing. That intro is great, guys. By the way, that's got to
Thank
be
you,
one of the
brother.
best
Thank you.
intros out there right now.
Thank
Have
you.
my
Thank you.
head knocking.
Yes, we'll take
have my
it.
head knocking.
Now look at here, Coach. I played at a nationally ranked high school in Washington D.C. I played
we'll just get. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, I had to throw it out there.
Yeah, let's get this under
Throwing it
the
in.
books.
Bop.
Of course, no. As you should.
Thank you. And I also played D1 football at Wake Forest, and I had a lot of teammates from Alabama. I played with Stanford Simmons at Hargrave Military Academy, and he's from Alabama, and he also went and played at Auburn. And let me tell you something. I went home with Stanford Simmons, and Stanford lives in a place, I think, Ashland or Ashland. It's not far from Panama City, Florida. And the level of fights I've seen in that one weekend between Roll Tide and War Eagle was legitimate. You go to one gas station, it's Roll Tide.
I would say one of the coolest sports highlights of all time is when Auburn returned that field goal to win it.
Oh my God,
that was nuts! And I'm all the way over here on the West Coast. I don't know anything about the ACC and SEC football. It's different over here. So
and listen,
incredible.
They have tons of shows like this in Alabama. Like what we're doing, they got stuff like this. They got two dudes in their garage doing shows like this in Alabama about high school sports. They love their football. Matter of fact, they had a Hoover High show before we ever had anything else on mainstream TV back in the day, which was a crazy Alabama program. So for you to be here, Coach, speaks volumes, man. Welcome to Reno. We're happy to have you. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach Phillips.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been coaching for about 23 years. I mean, I came up the journeyman way. I started, believe it or not, when I was very young. I started actually coaching my nephew, right? And When I first got them, there was only 12 kids on the team, and they were 9 years old. We took a beating. Just got murdered by the first game we played was Leeds, which is Charles Barkley's town. That's our next door neighbor and rival, right? And they beat us like 70-0, and I was like, man, I swear I said this will never happen again. So then, like, every year after that, we got better. We grew it. Like, I went from like the first year from 12, the next year to have 25, and then we ended up growing it. By the last year, we had 50 something kids. Built a big program, and then just so happens my kids are moving up to the high school, my alma mater, and the junior high coach there was like, hey man, I got 50, 60 of your guys rolling up here, and I'm coaching them by myself. How would you like to, come in and help? So that's originally how I even started getting into high school ball, was in the junior high ranks. You know what I'm saying? Moving my way up through there. At my old high school, St. Clair County, with my alma mater, I actually worked under several different officer coordinators. It was usually my job to come in and learn every offense there was. I'd come in and work with the quarterbacks. I work with quarterbacks. I also work with receivers too. But big on quarterbacks and receivers. Been doing that for a long time. I worked with the varsity receivers and quarterbacks, and learned under several different offensive coordinators. So I'm definitely an offensive guy. I've been doing offense. I've learned offense, every offense from the wishbone to all the modern spreads. So there's a little.
I want you to
bit of
continue on
everything
your
mixed in. Yeah.
continue on what your background and all that. But what's your favorite offense?
My favorite offense, I love the spread offenses now, but I really love the old wing T and triple option concepts.
Ooh, me too. I'm
a big. I learned under some of the best triple option and wing T guys in Alabama. When I was coming up in high school, junior high, I played for a big program called Hewitt-Trussell, one of the biggest ones in the state, and I played for Coach Jack Wood, who's the Hall of Fame coach in Alabama. So I learned a lot under how his program was built, because like what he would do is he'd take kids when you're in 6th grade going into 7th grade in Alabama, and it started even back then when he was there, like many years ago, back when I was coming up, is when you're in 6th grade and you hit around January, right, you start working out with school ball, right? So we work out guys from the 6th grade coming into 7th grade January 1st. We're working those guys out. They're learning the same lingo, you know what I'm saying, the same systems, because Hewitt-Trussell was a big school, a big 7A school. So and it used to be Hewitt-Trussell, and also the school named Clay Chalkville, that's a nationally ranked team, right, last year. Well, Clay Chalkville and Hewitt, we used to be one team. Now it's separate, right? So when we come up, we come up with a big program, and by the time you get to your senior year, a lot of times you didn't start till you were a senior. So you're learning it in 6th grade. You're learning the lingo. You're learning you're learning the system fully from 6th grade all the way up. By the time you're a senior, you know it when it's your time to be called. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse not knowing what to do. So there's and he was a big wing T guy. So I learned wing T from them. And then 9th grade, I transferred to another state championship program called St. Clair County High School, where my dad lived, and I was there under a guy named Coach Alan Lee, he won a state championship there, and he was one of the best option coaches, triple option coaches. He ran wishbone triple option. So I've learned a lot of the triple option and wing T concepts, a lot of the bone triple option and speed option, things like that. So there you'll see hints, and you'll see what we do this year. We do a lot of crazy things on offense, and you'll see little hints of pieces of that everywhere in things that we do. So
then why Nevada and why Hug?
Well, it's a crazy story. I actually used to live in Vegas when I was like 21. My sister lived here, lived in Vegas, and I moved there when I was 21 years old and lived there. Hang on, they got me. Coach.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Washoe
County School System forgot to pay the bill over there.
Hey, this fancy new high school with the auto lights, right? So sorry about that.
Okay, all right. I was about to say, what's going on?
Yeah. So, I lived in Vegas when I was like 21, and I'm married now. My wife's got family in Vegas, and to be honest with you, how it kind of happened is I was looking for places in Vegas. There were some schools I talked to in Vegas that wanted me to come out there, like OC and things like that. But there was no like school role guaranteed and things like that at the time, so never could really make it happen. And then one day I saw a job online. It was in Nevada, and I kind of thought it was in Las Vegas, right? So I applied, and it happened.
So many people do.
It happened to not be in Las Vegas, right?
It might as well be Alabama Auburn. It might as well be.
Facts.
So
basically,
so last year, I mean, just to be honest with you guys, I mean, I talked to Incline for a lot of months, and it just never really panned out. You know what I'm saying? We talked for several months, and so that kind of what got me on, researching the football up here, and you know what I'm saying, looking at all the teams and watching film on everybody and things like that. So then I just became a fan of the of this area in the north or whatever, and like I said, I didn't end up going to Incline last year, so just went back to work at Moody where I was at doing what I was doing, and when the season ended, I saw where this job had popped up here, so I was like, what, let's see, throw my name in the hat. I think it was the only job in the state of Nevada anywhere, right? That was open at the time, so I applied, and then they called me, and we had good talks, and one thing led to another. I mean, I researched the place. I like a lot of things that are going on here. Like, this school is amazing. The facilities here are amazing. Like,
oh, for sure.
I don't know if you guys have been up here yet, but I mean, this is everything here is brand new. I mean, you got brand new blocking sleds, brand new chutes, brand new pads, brand new. I mean, you name it, it's brand new. It's only been open like 3 years, so it's a super, super nice school. I mean, this thing's got a culinary kitchen in it that looks better than Hell's Kitchen. It's got the best. I went into a
shout out to Hug.
I went into a class that take over for a teacher that had to go to the bathroom or something, and it was a music production class where they're producing music, editing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a musician, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have it. Like, this place is a really nice place, amazing place. So I thought it was a good foundation, to build on when we got here. I know there was history here. It's one of the old historic schools. I know, from in 2005 to 2015, I mean, this school was rocking. I mean,
Coach, I was going to say, you got some big holes or big shoes to fill.
Yeah, Coach Stallworth, man.
Stallworth
Give Stallworth two of those suckers.
Is a legend here in the city.
Much love for Stallworth, man.
I went to high school with his kids. Are just all around great kids, like in terms of like great people. They're all successful, every single one of his kids. But Coach Stallworth is definitely a legend of the city and the school. Now, Hug didn't. I'm just gonna be honest, and being a Reno native, Hug always had a bad rap my entire growing up. The old school had just had a history, but of just I don't even know if it was fair, to be honest, but that's just kind of what the rap that they had. And Stallworth came in and really turned the program around, really helped the school out. And I think you do have a really good foundation with the new Hug, the new school. I mean, it is a beautiful facility, no doubt. And back in 2007 was my junior year at McQueen, and we had a pretty good team that year. Better than our senior year, that's for sure. But we had regionals at home, and Hug came on up and played us on our field for regionals to go to state, and they beat us. And that's a loss that forever. I remember that night was heartbreaking for the McQueen family. So there is a lot of history with Hug High, and I'm glad that the facility is updated and they got a brand new school. That I drove past it the other day, and it just looks like its own city. But it's beautiful over there, and I'm excited for what you have to bring, Coach.
Let me piggyback real quick before you go, Coach. I was going to bring up the same thing. Coach, I was with a couple parents not too long ago that I trained some younger kids, and one of the moms is deliberately homeschooling her kid because she doesn't want him to go to Hug, right? He's a football player. And she's deliberately homeschooling him so he can go play elsewhere in football if he wants to. And they do have a bad reputation, to a certain degree. And I don't know why, because I haven't lived here that long, but that's just what I've heard through some of the parents that live here. How do you plan on turning this thing around, man? Like, how do you find a way as a coach, a brand new person to the area at that? How do you find your direction to turning this thing around and reviving this program, because it does have history?
Well, yeah, I mean, and I've, trust me, I've heard all the nicknames and and everything that the school has, but and I came here, and like I said, I'm a campus supervisor here, so I'm here in these halls, every day, and I've actually walked and got to talk to these kids, and I mean, these are good kids out here. A lot of these kids, I mean, they're great kids. A lot of them just have very bad situations that, you know, are going on, you know, outside of school and things like that, right? But when you get to talk to these kids, they're really great kids, all of them. I mean, the guys we have out here in football, they're super locked in. I mean, the guys I talk to in the hall, even some of the ones that ain't playing, you know, or say, no, you know, hey, you know, yeah, you know, I promise I'm gonna lock in on the grades next year, coach. I'm gonna come out and join y'all, you know, things like that. Like, it's just, I'm in the halls every day talking to these guys. I mean, yeah, you get some things here or there, you know, that you gotta settle, and you know, but like any other school. But I'm telling you, like, this school is nowhere near as bad as some of the schools that I've seen. Like where
Oh, for sure. Oh,
like,
for sure. Oh, yes, sir.
Like we, you know, I mean, in Alabama, I mean, Alabama's a crazy football, state with some of the craziest, best football facilities. I mean, there's tons of great schools and stuff too, but also there's some rougher schools too, right? And so every city has it. Every city has rougher schools and things like that. And some people think a school's rough until you get in there and really talk to the kids. You know, usually, like I'd say, even in our situation, I mean, I'd say 90% of these kids at this school are really, you know, working super hard. You know, a lot of scholarships coming out of this school. There's kids that's been hit. You know, I think last year they had 2 people almost get perfect ACT scores. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's if you're here to go to school and do work, man, they have a forensic science class. Like, academically, you have everything that you need here. If you want to come here and, you know, put forth the effort and do the work, you can be super successful academically, you know, and sports, soccer's very successful. Wrestling's very, you know, is good here, yeah. You know, so things are on the pickup, and me, I am, you know, I watched the interview you had with the coaches from Spanish Springs and Damani, and I agree with them. I am a multi-sport guy. I'm talking to all these coaches. I'm going to be pushing my guys to wrestle. If they're not wrestling, play basketball. You know, coming in the spring season, I want you running track. I want you doing baseball. You know what I'm saying? I love multi-sport athletes. I think they make them more competitive. I think, you know, they're more disciplined. They work hard, right? They end up being more athletic because they're versatile, doing different sports. So I'm big on that. So that's one of my things here is I'm just getting in these halls, talking to these kids, telling them there's a better way. I've told them from day one. I said, if you work hard, if you make yourself eligible, grade wise, right? Keep the grades up. Right. You show up consistently, work and learn the systems, and play aggressive. We're gonna turn this program around. Those are the 4 things that we're working on. The main, you know, 4 things we're working on right now, and my guys are stepping up to the challenge and doing it. I mean, we've it's challenging. I mean, there's no doubt it's more challenging than anything I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? But they're seeing the bricks being laid, right? Every day they're laying bricks and working, and they're seeing them getting laid. And some of the, you know, like the 7-on-7 we did last week, we did really good in it. We competed with the top schools, you know, and that was a big confidence booster for our guys. I mean, I know 7-on-7 people say it ain't real football, you know, and I agree. Football, you know, with tackling and everything like that, you know, is completely different. But, you know, for our guys, that was a big deal to go compete with McQueen's and the Spanish, you know, Spanish Springs. And you know, it was a big deal for our guys. So we're building off that.
Are you fielding all 3 levels? Are you guys going to have all 3 levels of teams?
Not right now. Right now, we're just trying to, you know, we're solidifying this varsity right now. We're working on trying to put together a freshman team, right? We're contacting all the kids that are, you know, enrolled here at Hug, right? That are up and coming freshmen to try to build a freshman team, and hopefully we have enough for that. If not, we may try to piece together a JV with, you know, with 9th and 10th graders, and, you know, some 11th or whatever, right? But right now our main focus is the varsity, and we're going to build from there.
So Coach, let me ask you this. You know, you've seen the highest of the highest, right? Hug has been 0-9, 0-10, 1 and whatever coming up, and there's a history there. Number one, how do you plan on turning this thing around for you personally? And also, too, what does it mean to you to have this opportunity as a coach? Because I think every man needs that opus magnus. You know, that one thing for him that setting his legacy into place to be great. And how do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on turning this around? And what does this mean for you to be the head coach of Hug High?
Well, first of all, it's a blessing for them to give me the opportunity. I've always wanted to be a varsity head coach, and in my state, it's very hard to become a varsity head coach. It's very competitive. You know what I'm saying? In the state is I've head coached other levels before, but not varsity. I've always been an assistant on varsity, and I've worked with some of the best quarterbacks, couple of the best quarterbacks in the state. Were guys that I actually coached coming up. So I've been helping build programs. I helped St. Clair County on their rebuild. I mean, they were 9-1 last year. The one loss came to us. We beat them. We beat them 55-0. But they were a third round, playoff team this year. They're one of the top teams. They're going to be competing in 5A, right? That was a team that I helped build, and hand it over to the new head coach over there now, right? And then when I came to Moody, same thing. I mean, Moody was a school that was, not winning. I mean, not a whole lot of history. I mean, I'd say it was probably about an average four-win, team a year. And Coach Gaines, who it was the head coach that I worked with there, he's a big name in Alabama, and he actually. Are y'all familiar with UAB football?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. He played for UAB football. And I don't know if you remember this, but a couple of years ago, they went to a bowl game, right? And it was the first one they've been to in I don't even know how long, right? So they were going to play in the bowl game, and the University of Alabama cut the funding for UAB, and they couldn't go play the bowl game, right? Oof. Didn't even have an end of the season, right? Everything. Well, Gaines was on that team. Coach Gaines was on that team, and he was a linebacker on that team, and Coach Staples was on that team, and several of the coaches we coached with were on that team. Coach Staples ended up transferring from UAB to Louisville, and he played with Lamar Jackson. And then Coach Gaines had left and went to Georgia. All those guys had to leave. Well, a lot of those guys came, and he after he went pro and went from Georgia, he actually went to work for Thompson, which is the big 7A power in Alabama, right? They won the championship I think 5 years in a row, something like that, right? And big power. He was with them for many years, and then he got a head coaching job at Moody. Well, I was coaching at St. Clair County. Moody and St. Clair County and Leeds, which is Charles Barkley School, are all right beside each other, and they're big rivals, right? So with Moody, you have St. Clair County, the Battle of 411, which is my alma mater, and then you have the Battle of the Bridge.
This right here, Coach? Is this what you're talking about?
Is that St. Clair Unicolors right there, Coach?
Yeah, that's me back in the day. Yeah,
that was you back there, Coach Tep, Senior Tep Phillips.
Yep.
Good old St. Clair. Go ahead, Coach. So those two are right beside each other.
Yeah, we're all dead beside each other, and and big time rivals. So I was on the rebuild with St. Clair County, and I was trying to rebuild them because they were going through a slide too. Now St. Clair County, my high school has won state championships. They've had some success, you know what I'm saying, in the past. So we were trying to rebuild. Well, Coach Gaines comes rolling in there, and he had this. I mean, he on point, man. He had the social media thing going, and I was like, oh, this is a problem, So he comes in and plays us, and he played my team, and I actually had coached against his dad, and we beat him pretty easily, and we run these crazy offenses and formations. So then he hit me up and said, hey man, I need you over here with Moody. So we talked for months. I turned it down for like 7 months, and there was a coaching change at my high school, kind of in limbo, and it kind of didn't pan out, with the new coaching staff and where I was at, right? So I decided to go over there with Moody, and for 4 years we built that. I helped build that program with those guys. I had a small part in building that. I was blessed to be a part of those great coaches. Like I got to learn under Coach Gaines, Coach K, the offensive coordinator there was really good. Coach Clarkendahl, Andre Smith. I don't know if you know Andre Smith, the number 6 pick in the draft from Alabama. He was one of our offensive line coaches. Chad Slade played for Auburn and in the NFL. So I got to learn, under them as well. So, we had a big star-studded cast. I mean, we went 4 years to the playoffs. I think we had 3 division championships, got second 1 year. We 2 state championship appearances. We lost the first one on a inadvertent whistle call on a 4th and 1 where we got the first down, and they said they heard an inverted whistle on the replay. So we lost that game. And then the next year we came back and played Viger this past year and beat them 25-0 in the state championship. So, I've seen a school come from like Coach Gannis said, and I say the same thing to my guys here, and people think we're crazy for it. When we walked in those rooms, we told those guys, you are going to be competing for championships. And they think we're crazy, right? But you got to believe it before you can achieve it. If you don't believe you can win, you're not going to win, first of all. Second of all, the secret to it is outworking everybody. That's the secret. There's no big secret to winning championships. The biggest secret to winning championships is outworking everybody. That's it. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm trying to install that into these kids. We're going to work. We're going to try to work harder than everybody else. We're going to try to take it one game at a time. We're 0-0 every week. And we're going to try to take it one game at a time and see where we end up at the end of the year. That's what we're pushing on these kids right now.
I believe that. I had a kid today that I was training, and I got a hill out here that's pretty tough hill. And I'm dropping the kid off on the hill, and he knows it's going to happen. And I look at him and I said, man, I love you, man. I said, I wouldn't be doing this to you if I didn't love you. He said, that's why I'm here. He said, that's why I do this, because I know you love me, and I know it's the best in interest. And just listen to you talk about being in the area, the community, and being in the school. Like, the more and more you get closer to those kids, the more and more they see you, the more and more you build respect, because kids want to know you in the trenches with them. A lot of guards fall down with these kids when they know that you are in the trenches with them.
Yeah, just running through a wall for,
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. And I believe in that hard work component as well. Coach, what does your day-to-day look like at that school, from being facilities manager? What's your day-to-day at that school from?
Yeah, I usually get here. I usually get here pretty early. Six. I usually get around 6 in the morning, or sometimes earlier. But I personally don't have to work at the school until around 7:15, right? And talk to these kids, walk around these halls, talk to these kids. Make sure they're going to class. Make sure they're not roaming the halls and things like that. That's the most part of what I do all day is. And then other than that, it's perfect for football because I get to see everybody and talk to them and talk to them playing football, right? So that's pretty much what we do all day. Then we come in the afternoon, like right after school, right at they get out 2:45 on Wednesday. They get out 1:45. So we go right in the working out, training, watching film, right? Every day we're learning, we're doing something. I'm trying to because I'm trying to teach them a lot of football knowledge, right? Have football IQ, right? So we're doing a lot of classroom work, film work, just getting our systems down and everything. We've been doing that, and that's pretty much how we do. I mean, this summer we were going at 2:00. We were going from 2 to we were going 4 days a week. And we were going from 2 to 5:30, and now we're rolling into our 5 day a week fall camp schedule where we're going to be going from 3 to 6:30 every day, so 5:30 every day. So we're going to be grinding that out, hitting up this week, starting this week, getting ready for Sparks week 1.
How many seniors do you got, Coach?
Right now I have about 12. Yeah.
Okay.
How does your offensive line look?
Man, that is a group that I feel like is going to be our strongest group. We're big.
That sure
we got
helps
4
a lot.
seniors. We got 4 seniors on the offensive line. Also we got a tight end H-back, pretty big guy. He's about 6'1", 225. I feel really good about our quarterback play. We got 2 very capable quarterbacks with Carter Cowan and Jabari Wise. One's a senior. Carter, and Jabari is a sophomore.
I love it. Energy efficient school, by the way.
Yeah. So Jabari is a sophomore. So we got a sophomore and a senior quarterback. 2 very capable guys. Our opponents are going to see both of them this year. They're going to see both of them. They're both going to play. They're both capable. They're both learning the options, the offense. They got different. They got different strong suits. We feel good. We feel really good about our running back room. We have a. I feel like we have a really good running back room. We have a running back that's around 6'2", 225. Taz Tuatalo. We also have AJ Salvato, he's about 6 foot 185, speedy guy, right? We got a slot player, Leeson Phillips, little quick slot player that I feel like is going to help us, and also Xavion Floyd is another really good
shout out to Xavion,
quick slot player. Yeah,
shout out to Xavion, man.
Yeah, Xavion is going to be doing things in the slot for us, but he can also play running back if we need him to play running back. I mean, the kid can play corner, but he also can play linebacker because he's aggressive. You know, I mean, like, so we've got tools. I mean, receiver group, we got a bunch of, we got a senior receiver, RJ Garcia, big 6'3" receiver. That I think is going to be good for us down the line. We got another 6'2" receiver, Jaden Mackey. He's a young guy. We feel like he's going to be a really good player for us. So yeah, and offensively, I mean, I think defensively, I love our front seven. With our on defense, I feel like we got a big group. I feel like we got a dedicated group, right? Our most dedicated guys right now that really been like showing up and showing that are our big guys. So that was a big plus. No,
that's where it starts, right? That helps both sides of the ball significantly if you got the trenches locked down. And you hats off to you, coach, because I mean this goes for every high school coach in the world, right? But you're hired, and when did you take this job? In March, give or take?
Yeah, give or take around that time.
And it's not unfair to say that Hug football program was kind of semi non-existent at that time. I mean, they had a team, but it was hard for them. You're juggling each brick that you're building, coach, has to be influential for this kid that is in high school that's never going to experience this again. He's not an adult in the NFL or college that's just going to go on to whatever they feel like they want to go on to. Mm-hmm. So you have to be there for the present, but your bricks also have to be for 5 years from now as well. And that is something you got to juggle between, personal life reality right now for these kids versus the kids in 5 years, the program in 5 years. It's not the kids then, it's the program. So hats off to you, coach, for taking on this job and taking on this opportunity.
Absolutely. What are you most excited for this season, coach?
Man, I just love God. I love football. You just don't understand. I don't know if I don't know if you was at the 7-on-7 last week, but I mean I'm sure they were.
I was there.
I'm like, this guy's insane. I mean, I just get so fired up. I mean, and game me is even different from practice me. Like, I mean, I love football. I love competing. I cannot wait to get out there in pads. I cannot wait to get in these games and watch these guys play. Like, just seeing the hard work. Because, I mean, I'm just saying, everybody looks good against herself is so true, right? Everybody looks good against herself, and everybody looks good with no pads, right? So that's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to right now is because I've seen how far from the film that I've watched last year to where we're at right now, right? I've seen the difference. Now I'm just ready to see this physical part, right? So we can find out who's in, who's out. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna play physical? Because you got to know what to do if you want to play for me. You gotta know what to do, and you got to play physical. Those two things. We're gonna be physical. Let me say this. I watched them play Tuesday. We were at Reno High, 7-on-7s. I have watched Hug play for the past 3 years in 7-on-7s, and like we said, we haven't had great numbers, a great record for Hug, but I've watched the 7-on-7s for 3 years, the same series that they play right before the season every year, right? And I've seen a lot of not so cool character things at those 7-on-7s, and I've seen no energy at all, right? And I'm sitting with some boys that I know from other teams, a couple McQueen boys, and everybody was proud to just see Hug having fun, bro. They were having fun. They weren't talking shit. They were talking shit about
having some good
I mean,
football.
in years past, they didn't know week to week if they could,
Yep.
if they had a forfeit or not.
Yeah.
Literally week to week. It was, so that's, yeah, you're right.
And the energy was so different. They brought a different energy, and I was like, "Yo, what's cracking that?" And they were like, "Yo, I didn't even know they had a new coach at Hug." And the kids told me, like, "Yeah, they got a new coach." And the energy was different. The kids were having fun for the first time I've ever seen in the 7-on-7s. And I think you're building something great, man. How you gonna handle the damn academics in the classroom? What you got a study hall built like over there?
Yeah, we're on it, man. We've been, you know, we got, you know, of course, work to do, right? For sure. There's work to do, but I've been saying on these guys about the importance of staying eligible, and then now I think they're seeing it, right? Because now they see the potential of where we can go and what there is to lose. You know what I'm saying? By not getting on those grades. So we're gonna keep building on that. We've been doing a lot of team building. Like, that's one thing when I walked in the school, I was like, man, this is a big, you know, cool, awesome school. But it was just kind of like, it's not like it is in Alabama. You know, in Alabama, like, you know, I don't know if you've researched any of like our football, like Moody or even St. Clair High School or Moody High School or even Leeds High School, Charles Market School, any of them. But like, it's hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, the school's hype, the games are hype, like everything's hype. When I walked in here, it's just there wasn't a whole lot of feel like team, you know, like school spirit and team, you know, team spirit and things like that. So we've worked hard on building that. Like, we've been this summer, I don't know if y'all probably seen some of the videos, like we've been doing like bonding exercises, not just with each other as a team. You know, we've been in there where we had everybody in the gym, you know, on days where we couldn't go outside, and had those guys, you know, everybody laying on their stomach in the circle, face down. Hey, who here has a situation they feel like they want to change in their life? Raise your hand. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen everybody that wants to make a change, you know, like, well, you know, you can change your life by doing these things. I mean, there's some things that we bonded and shared about in that circle that brought me to tears, guys. And I mean physically tears in front of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they know that I love them. You know what I'm saying? And that's going a long way. They know that I love them. I've had kids tell me, you know what, you sure got a lot of confidence in us. We've never had anybody tell us we can be any good before. Or I've heard, oh, you know, my dad's never even told me they were proud of me. I mean, these are things that we're instilling these kids, and they're realizing that, hey, we're here for them and we love them. We're here for the long haul. We're going to try to, you know, not just win football games. I've told them from day one, I want you to graduate first off high school, right? Because even if you want to go be a welder, because I've heard that some kids that I catch in the hall, they're skipping around. They'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna drop out of school anyway because I'm gonna be a welder." Well, yeah, you can do that, but if you want to make way more money and be in a union, you got to have the diploma, right? So I'm trying to speak life into these kids, not just the ones in our program, but the ones in these halls. Because, you know, like I said, when you leave here, I want you going to college playing ball. I want you going to college getting an education. Or if you're in a trade, I want to help you do that. If you want to be heating and air, plumbing company, if you want to do real estate and mortgages like I do, for you know, I've got all my licenses and insurances and mortgages and real estate, right? I keep those licenses, right? So if kids wanted to even get in that, like, I would help them with that. I just want them to be successful when they leave here, because if we can change this school, right? And I'm talking about, you know, the school spirit, winning programs, you know what I'm saying? If we can do that and have success here, we're not just gonna make this football team better. We're not just gonna make this school better, but we're gonna make Reno better as a whole.
Damn.
So that's our goal. That's what we're gonna do here. And I'm a firm believer is you lay those bricks and you do positive things and you say positive things and you do positive things are gonna happen. And I'm starting to see it, like all of our cheerleaders and all of our football players have all been bonding and supporting each other this summer, and that's gonna spread through these halls. You know, when we come in school, you know, it's gonna be you know, the ones that are doing the wrong things and not wanting to be, you know, part of the school and the programs, things like that. You know, they kind of start saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm the odd guy out here. Maybe I should check into that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should check into that. What's going on over there with that football or that basketball or that, you know, that wrestling? You know what I'm saying? Or that cheer team or whatever, right? So that's what we're just trying to do. We're gonna try to bring some energy, some fun to this school, and try to get kids in the school and out of the neighborhoods and the streets and everything else. That's what we want.
I mean, and you're in a fairly central part of Reno. I mean, you might be considered a little bit north, but I mean, Reno's not that big of a landscape in terms of getting across the city, not counting traffic, right? But you're in a really good area, and I don't think that the variance thing is like you kids can go to other schools as long as they apply in time or at least fill out the application. So I think in due time, Coach, you'll be able to have this program where it needs to be in terms of these kids wanting to come to Hug to play football. And I mean, like we said in the very beginning, the facilities are the newest in the city. There's no facility out there that's newer than what Hug High School's got going on. So
Star Wars Stadium is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Oh, it really is, man. We did I don't know if you saw, we did the state track meet here. Man, it was great.
I was here.
It was held
I was there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a great atmosphere.
I was up on the concession stand up on the hill. I was in there, but just seeing everybody come up and was like, man, this place is nice, and like people didn't know it. People don't know it. People don't know how nice it really is here. I mean, you got great teachers here too. They are great teachers. I mean, if you want to be successful, all you really got to do is come here and go to class and do your work. That's all you got to do. If you come to class and do your work,
is set up for them.
Everything's set up. It's there for you. And I'm trying to get these guys to realize how lucky they are because, dude, I love my school in Alabama, St. Clair County High School. I love Moody. Moody just built a brand new facility, brand new gym, brand new weight room, brand new field house, brand new high school. It's beautiful. But it ain't like this. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
It ain't like this.
Beautiful.
They don't realize how lucky, they're lucky they are. So I'm trying to let them know that, man, you're blessed with a place like this, man. It's a place that it could be great, and it could be a place to thrive, academically and with sports. It's just, it's just getting people used to wanting to come in and do the work, and it's hard. Football's hard. What Tom Brady say when he did the speech? Play football because it's hard. It is. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to go out there in the heat. It's hard to go out there in the cold. It's hard to wake up early in the morning. It's hard to get hit and pick yourself back up.
Is there double days in Alabama still?
No.
No.
But we practice a long time.
Wow.
We're in helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no double days here either. But
He said we'll find a way.
yeah, figure it out. So,
Coach, I tell you what, man.
I'd say that's the one thing one rule I wish would change here is helmets. I wish we could be in helmets more, sooner. Like in Alabama, we're in helmets pretty much year round. It's year round. You're in helmets. Now you're on pads at the same time, right? We get full pads around the same time, but we're in helmets year round. And Georgia, man, they hit. Like last year, our varsity played Gainesville, Georgia. I don't know if you are familiar with them, but they were a big power. I don't know if you saw did you see the viral speech of the coach, Coach Niblett, went to Colorado, the tight end coach?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally.
That was Coach Niblett. When I went to JSU my freshman year, he was a strength and conditioning coach, and then later on he became the Hoover High School coach and won several championships. And then he ended up in Gainesville, and we played them. We played them back to back 2 years in a row. They were big. They're like 3,000 kids school. I mean, the first year our varsity played them, they came to our place. They were nationally ranked, and they got like 3,000 kids in the school. We got like 535. Now we got 100 guys on the football team. You know what I'm saying? But we got 535 in the school. You know what I'm saying? And we played them to a 0-0 game to the half, and then they ended up beating us in the second half, 31-7 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the thing. They're in helmets in early summer. They're in full pads. They're hitting in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to go play them when it was their third game and they've been hitting, and we only been hitting for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference. But I wish we could be in helmets longer. I don't see why we can't be in helmets.
Maybe we can work on getting that changed in the coming years.
I think so.
Yeah, that doesn't seem. It's still no contact. But since you said Colorado, we got to give a shout out to our boy Cadell, who just signed with the Colorado Buffalo as a special team kicker.
From McQueen High School, he's going to be doing kickoffs for University of Colorado and playing for Coach Prime. So salute to him. And Coach, I just want to say, man, you are This is your first time on the show. It's our first time having you. It's our first time having this show, but I would love to come back on this show, man, when you plan for some high stakes and we can say we started right here with the Cover775, man. We wish you all the best, man.
Yeah, and I hope Hug understands what they got in front of
Absolutely.
them. It's something different. I'm a native to this city, and the only
Dude,
thing changing
I
in this city
appreciate
is
you guys
California.
even invite me.
But I think they got something special, and I hope they're in it for the long haul.
Please come back, man. You're a brother to the room. If you ever need us, you got our phone number, man. Just make the call, man. We love. Number love, brother. Peace.
Yes.
Hey, hang with us for a second after our outro,
I
Coach.
I appreciate you guys for inviting me. This was a blast, and anytime you guys want to hang out and come hang out at Hug and check us out, you're more than welcome.
We'll pull up for
and we
summer.
gonna do that.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
We will. We'll be there. We'll be in contact. Hang with us after this intro for our outro, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no shortcuts. Every yard gotta earn it. Small town kids with a big city purpose. We bring the highlights, they bring the pressure. Friday night legends getting built by the quarter. Cameras rolling out, the whole state watching. Every touchdown got the whole crowd rocking. Northern Nevada put the city on the map. Cover775 where the real ones at.
Cover775, tune in this season to covering all football on the 775, 4A and 5A. We're giving out season awards to Offensive Defensive Player of the Year for the 4A and for the 5A, as well as showing highlights, stats, scores, updates week to week once the season kicks off. We got some more coaches on the way with Cover775, but just tune in.
It's love.